Yo, what up though? What's happening? Coming to y'all with a quick video, an update on the Carmelo Anthony case. Now, if you'll go back and you look at all of my old Carmelo Anthony justice videos, you'll see that as I predicted, there will be several issues that his new appeals attorney, Russell Wilson, is bringing up at this very moment as we speak. And one of them was the fact that the Collin County District Attorney or the prosecutor colluded with Carmelo Anthony's defense attorney, Mr. Howard. And the way they colluded and conspired against Carmelo Anthony was they made this agreement to not allow Carmelo Anthony to testify on his own behalf. And they also suppressed the fact that the Metcalf brothers had conduct issues, had been suspended from school, and as well as sprayed racist anti-black graffiti onto a person's home and got in trouble for that. So, per Carmelo Anthony's new appeals attorney, Russell Wilson, he asserts that these violations have affected the outcome of Carmelo Anthony's case, as well as the striking of the black jurors. So if you'll go back into my prior Carmelo Anthony videos, you'll see that I did predict these issues. Okay. Now, there's also the issue of the recusal of Judge John Roach Jr. Now, Judge John Roach Jr., who presided over the handling of the Carmelo Anthony case, jeopardizes the integrity of the courtroom and showed prejudice and bias when doing these interviews that he's been doing on social media that have been popping up everywhere. So Carmelo Anthony's appeals attorney, Russell Wilson, also raises this issue and Carmelo Anthony receiving a fair trial, because the attorney has pointed out the fact that this judge is obviously biased by saying that he believes he was fair in handling of the case, although the case is still ongoing. So, in a nutshell, Carmelo Anthony's new appeals attorney is seeking the recusal of Judge John Roach, who presided over Carmelo's case, for him to be replaced. Okay. The striking of the black jurors, as well as the conspiracy, the alleged conspiracy, the collusion between Carmelo's defense attorney, John Howard, as well as the Collin County prosecutor, who made a deal also known as a gentleman's deal, where they swept evidence under the rug as it relates to the Metcalfs, okay, as well as Carmelo Anthony not being able to testify on his own behalf. And as a result, Carmelo Anthony's appeal attorney, Russell Wilson, believes that this was key in affecting the outcome of Carmelo's case. So they're seeking a new trial as well as a new judge. There's also another judge, Sid L. Harrell, Harle, who's been appointed by the courts to oversee these matters, which are the recusal of Judge John Roach Jr., as well as a new trial that Carmelo Anthony's new appeal attorney is seeking. So I'm going to cut this video in, but you guys make sure you go back and watch those prior videos where I predicted this would happen. It's no surprise to me, but justice for Carmelo Anthony, and you can hear yourself in this video. Stay tuned all the way through. You don't want to miss this.
Tonight in Carmelo Anthony's appeal, he's serving 35 years in prison on a murder conviction for stabbing Austin Metcalf last year. One of his new attorneys just told us why they're asking a judge to order a new trial. Kevin Reese walks us through those claims and how prosecutors are responding.
5 lawyers and judges at St. Luke United Methodist Church in East Dallas explaining to an audience how juries are selected, an event motivated in part by the trial of Carmelo Anthony and his murder conviction without a black person on his jury.
A fair juror to the defendant and the plaintiff.
One of these lawyers is Russell Wilson, the new appeals attorney for Carmelo Anthony.
But we understand that there's two sides to every story, but we feel confident in the positions that we're taking.
Their position is that Anthony should get a new trial. They say Judge John Roach, who presided over the case, should be recused based on comments he made after the trial.
We believe that based off of the interview that was done, that he could not be fair and impartial.
And allege that limits on how many people could attend the trial, the speed of that trial, and unrecorded agreements or gentlemen's agreements between attorneys about what testimony would be admissible weren't completely followed, impacting Anthony's decision not to testify in his own defense.
We're arguing that the dispute regarding the agreement did impact the outcome of the trial. Yeah.
The Collin County DA's office sent this statement. The defendant's new lawyers have filed a motion containing several inaccurate characterizations of the trial proceedings. I and the entire prosecution team conducted this trial ethically and in full compliance with the court's rulings and any agreements with defense counsel. The next step, Senior Judge Sid Harrell, who presided over the Uvalde school shooting case, is now assigned to consider if Anthony gets a new judge and possibly a new trial. In Dallas, I'm Kevin Reese.